Parrot is a creator who exploded in popularity. His level Cold Sweat showcases both his original ideas and the potential of effects in general, and levels like Want Me, Feral, and more recently Klutz continue to develop and expand on his ideas. But what seems to be rarely brought up when talking about Para is the quality of his first rated level. Nightlife is a nice themed effects level that focuses on bright neon colours and black bases to complement them. Each section of Nightlife has a distinct style with multiple different design ideas. The vibrant building structures in the city and the colourful pulsing squares in the second section showcase great looking designs that were definitely something different for the time. Despite having big chunky structures, Nightlife does have some effective air decoration, such as the spotlights and streetlights in the city, more spotlights and this funky ground effect in the second section, and the chemical structure in the robot intermission. Para's backgrounds in these sections are more modest to contrast with the busy foregrounds, while still keeping consistent with the ideas. I love the rhythmic moving city in the first section, and the abstract squares in the second section fit very naturally with everything else going on. I also love how Para managed to maintain cohesion between such different parts, so much so that the final wave was able to creatively express flashbacks of the previous sections without sacrificing any immersion. The drop is the main highlight of this level and contrasts with the sections prior by drawing our attention to the backgrounds versus the foregrounds. This section goes all out on neon rainbow colours, which pulse and change to the prominent bass beats of the song. The main star effect steals the show while not being too distracting, and the various pulsing objects and minor effects complement the main star's great, while effectively filling up the remaining space. The foreground decoration stays modest to keep the focus on the main effects. I particularly like the star effects seen in the block designs early in the drop, as well as the hue shifting spike balls in the same area, as I feel they more effectively fit the ideas present in the part. Regardless, all of the fall down details look great. As I already mentioned, the final wave calls back to some of the previous sections, which is such a nice touch. I love seeing levels come full circle, and this effect wraps up the entire drop, and as a result the entire level, wonderfully. What I adore most about this level is the narrative told through the decoration. While not as apparent as the likes of Sky Tower, Nightlife does have a very clear, simple story from start to finish. The level opens very obviously in a bustling city at nighttime, and transitions to what I interpret to be a nightclub in the second section. The flashing neon colours, spotlights, and use of black in the background reminds me of such a place. The slow, dark robot section would likely be set away from the noise of the disco, the glow and occasional pulses of colour still hinting at its presence in the background. Of course, this part features the chemical structure of LSD, and the next part very clearly shows the acid trip that came about. The bright neon colours and abstract shapes showcases the vividness of the experience, while occasional flashes of the city and nightclub could be suggesting brief moments of clarity. Some of my interpretations may be off, especially the robot section, but it's still apparent that there is some kind of narrative going on here, and I think Para did great work at telling it in this level. Overall, there is a lot to love about Nightlife. While not as polished in its presentation, or as ambitious in its ideas as some of Para's future levels, it does have charm to spare and a story to tell. This level is the cornerstone of Para's creating career. It sets the foundations of what he is capable of, and without it he wouldn't have taken off as fast as he did. Regardless of the quality of the levels after it, Nightlife is still an exceptionally high quality level even for today's standards, and this is by far my favourite from Para, and in my opinion, his best. I have no words, dude. Like, I was like going to like find my phone to take a fucking snap of this, but then I couldn't find it immediately, so I thought I won't bother. But then I actually do need it for a calculator. It's on my bed somewhere, I think, dude. Do it again, fuck off.